Nutrition in the kitchen.
Aunt Liz TV.
Watch it on Mondays and Thursdays.
Liz TV.
Cooking yummy foods and tasty treats.
Aunt Liz TV.
Give up orders and taste the fun sleep. Aunt Liz TV.
Hey everybody, welcome to Yummy Monday. Fall is in the air. In fact, on my weather report that I just saw yesterday, they had the temperatures and they had little leaves falling over the top because the weather is cooling down all over the place. So that got me thinking about fall recipes, and there's a whole new variety of food that you can make in the fall that you don't want to make in the summer when it's hot and you don't want to heat your kitchen up. Fall is a great time to make some comfort food recipes. So today we're making one of our taste testers' favorite things to eat in the fall, and it is called Tuna Casserole. It's very, very simple. We have only a few ingredients. So let's get started. We need a can of tuna. We need a can of cream of mushroom soup, and we need mac and cheese that's already made. Now I made this ahead of time. You can use the kind out of the box. I made the kind from scratch that we made on a video earlier this year. So you can use any kind that you like. So the first thing we're going to do is open our can of tuna, and we want to drain it. So I have again my little strainer over a bowl, and we're going to just open the tuna. Now there probably isn't very much liquid in here. But it's a good idea to go ahead and get out any excess because we don't want our tuna casserole to be mushy. Our taste tester does not like mushy tuna casserole. Okay. Get our lid off there. You might need your adult assistant to help you with that part. If you're allowed to use a can opener, you can do it yourself. Okay. Let that drain for just a minute, and in the meantime we're going to go ahead and add our cream of mushroom soup. And again, I'm using my mixer. If you have a mixer, you can use that. If you don't, just use a large bowl. It works just the same. So we just put our cream of mushroom soup into our bowl. Just scrape the whole can. Sometimes it likes to get stuck inside, but we want every last little bit of it. Okay. And now it's time to go ahead and just pour our mac and cheese in. So we just pour the whole box worth. Well, I didn't make a box, but if you made it out of the box, you would put the whole box worth recipe into your mixer. Now while I'm doing this, I've also preheated my oven to 400. So once we're finished mixing up, that means we're ready to go ahead and just put it in the oven. Okay, so our tuna's drained, so I'm going to just dump that in on top. Going to take out my spatula, and then I'm going to put my mixing paddle on and mix it up for probably about 30 seconds, just enough to get it all mixed up. So we're going to get this going, and then we'll be back to check it in just a minute. Okay, our mixture is nice and blended together. So now it's time to just put it in our baking dish and pop it in the oven. Can you believe how easy this recipe is? It's so simple, and yet our taste tester goes crazy over it. He loves it. So we just take our pan, and you don't grease it or anything, just a plain old baking dish, and you just pour it in. And again, you want to scrape the insides of the bowl and get every last little bit out that you can. Go. You don't want to leave any noodles in there. Okay. So, this is what it looks like before we put it in the oven. I'm going to put it in my preheated oven. Again, it's at 400 degrees, and I'm going to bake it for about 25 minutes. I'm going to check it at 20, and then sometimes I increase the temperature or broil it because our taste tester likes the noodles to be really, really crispy. So I'll check it at 20 minutes, and then when we come back, I'll let you know how long I ended up baking it all together. Okay, our time is up now. I ended up baking it for 20 minutes and then taking the pan out, stirring it around, and then putting it back in and broiling it for 7 minutes. And I think we're just about as crispy as our taste tester likes it. But we'll find out when you taste it. Whoa! But I had that other pan there on the stove. Okay, so we're going to just let this sit for a few minutes and cool down. And meanwhile, I started making some green beans to go with it, so I'm going to just give these a stir, and then we'll be back in just a minute with our taste tester to let us know what he thinks of our fall tuna casserole.
I don't like tomatoes.